Hi, thanks for stopping by. Today's July 30th, 2026. My name is Greg, and I got one slide for y'all. And it's a high-level design view of the calendar invite server on AWS. The calendar invite server can be downloaded using a CloudFormation template and installed in your AWS account and set up with your AWS SES domain. We have an automated process I won't get into here. Today's mission is to show you all very quickly how I got data into the calendar invite server on AWS and what the APIs can do for you, display APIs, and then the embedded calendar invite REST API, which we've developed as part of our intellectual property. So let's get going. When you download your calendar invite server for your AWS account, you'll set up a create domain email box. That email box is suggested to be create@yourdomain.com. It could be anything you want, but in this case here, the CloudFormation template is set up to use a create@yourdomain. And what that becomes is an RSVP calendar invite sending engine for this headless workflow. So let me get into what that really means. So what I did by example is I took my own organizer calendar client. I uploaded to the calendar client 2,500 MLB games for Major League Baseball. And those games were resident in my Google Calendar client. And then I forwarded the 2,500 independent games to a domain and a create box. So it was create@calendarsnack.com is what I actually used. You can go to calendarsnack.com if you go check out that demo site. That's ours as well. But these 2,500 games went into the inbound processor box. And at the inbound processor box, what we do is ETL those individual events, and then they're stored and disassembled here. And then upon recall, we reassemble them and send them out via the embedded use cases. So the embedded use cases are many. There are tens of them. I won't get into all of them, but for the highlight of this show, we stuff these APIs, REST APIs, using scripts, which you'll see in the interfaces themselves for call to action buttons in things like MailChimp, things like single and multi-event pages, which that is what's going on here. We actually auto-generate these pages using a decorator and a generator over here. And all these APIs here actually visually build and display APIs here at the bottom, you'll see, to build out the console page. So all the event data gets put into a disassembly engine. Then it's reassembled to actually send out the embedded calendar invites that are designed to be a sticky UID. So anytime anybody would go in and update their calendar client, we actually update this pipeline, which does include DynamoDB and storage such as S3. Now, our Lambdas I won't get into. There are many of them. The 31events.com site has all the details on this. The essential part of it is this is all assembled in a CloudFormation template. You don't have to worry about it. This is my high-level design. So the importance of this slide is to show you that this APIs down here are talking to our API gateway that's auto set up for y'all, and it pulls these display APIs to build out these GUIs. These GUIs themselves come with a front end. We call that front end the calendar invite server console. The console itself displays all the event data. In this case here, I have the 2,500 MLB games in the console. And then I actually generate a schedule based on my ability to go in and click this button here for the month. I pick out some decorator colors here on the blue. I click blue. I generate a open preview, and that basically opens up this schedule that generates the 2,500 events for the MLB. And then I send it out to somebody like Mandy, who is a customer. I'm the organizer here in this use case. And Mandy puts her email address in at the top. She clicks the buttons, and then she gets these calendar invites. She says yes and maybe. That data here at the bottom is collected on a per UID basis. And that data is sent back to the API gateway, in which you're following this arrow. We collect the UID on a per customer basis, and it's stored here for RSVP analytics to be seen in the all events console itself. So not getting too much deeper than that, I think I'm going to wrap up the demo. I thank you for coming by, and that's the end of this July 30th debrief 2026.